Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to see you. Welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Nicole Hernandez, in for Laura Petty today. We begin with some new at noon information. Well, police arrested a man on the South Hill this morning after he robbed the Wells Fargo Bank on 29th Avenue near Trader Joe's. Officers say the man ran away, but they were able to catch him at the Rite Aid. He had no weapon, but he did get away with some money. We just don't know how much at this point. Now we do want to transition over to weather because, Thomas, we were talking a lot about it this morning. It kind of feels like a bit of second summer. Is it warm out there? How's it feeling?
Yeah, it is very warm out here, Nicole. First, perfect day for like an outdoor lunch or a picnic in the park, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it is just perfectly blue skies. The only kind of water that you're going to find is the water that we use to water the plants out here. So it's actually pretty damp from our outdoor weather center, but you'd have to do that manually, of course. 66 degrees is definitely feeling pretty outside at the moment. It's just going to stay sunny all day long today. Yesterday, we hit 73 degrees. Looks like we'll be right about there this afternoon for now the second straight day. But we don't stop here either. It is just going to get warmer and warmer as we head into the weekend. It is going to be an awesome stretch of almost summer-like weather. We'll see who can hit 80 degrees, not just today, but for the weekend ahead as well. Spokane, kind of an off chance to hit 80, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do, especially on Saturday. That should be our warmest day of our forecast at 77 degrees. Not a record high for early October, but not too far off for those standards. So yes, going to be sunny and warm and in the 70s through the weekend. We'll see how much after this we can keep that 70-degree heat with us before we get a whole-scale weather pattern change with rain and cooler weather and more fall-like conditions next week. We'll cover those timeline details in just a few moments.
More than a month after two wildfires killed 2 people and burned thousands of acres in Spokane County, the governor is asking for more federal aid now. Washington Governor Jay Inslee sent a letter to President Biden formally asking him to declare the fires a major disaster. That would mean the more we get, we end up getting more federal aid to help people with the fires that have been impacted. Senators Patty Murray, Maria Cantwell, and U.S. Representative Kathy McMorris-Rogers also wrote a letter backing Governor Inslee's request. You can read both those letters on our website, krem.com. Catholic Charities is planning a new low-income housing building at Sunset at Government Way in the West Hills neighborhood. The building would have 48 units for families making less than $53,000 a year. And in the building, they'll have counseling and after-school programs for kids. We're looking at the wrong video here, but this is, of course, video of the fires. Catholic Charities, though, is getting an application ready for the Washington State Housing Fund. If Catholic Charities gets the money, they could start construction next year, and it could open by 2026. Here's a look at those renderings now of what that building could look like. But the West Hills Neighborhood Council chair is already concerned. He says they've already had issues with people experiencing homelessness causing problems in the neighborhood because of the transitional housing building that's already on Sunset Boulevard.
And downtown Spokane surrounding 2nd and Division.
Now, he's also concerned about the Sunset Bridge, which he says is dilapidated. The Neighborhood Council is going to vote on a resolution to block any new buildings until they can at least fix Sunset Bridge. A popular Stevens County shooting area is shutting down. Neighbors say they're afraid for their lives after stray bullets have hit their homes. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy has the story.
You can hear it before you see it. But these echoes won't be sounding throughout this valley for much longer. Boggs Pit is busy for one last day. Washington's Department of Natural Resources is shutting it down to target shooting after too many bullets missed the mark.
Those bullets are hitting our houses. They're hitting our cars.
Neighbors who didn't want to be identified for fear of retaliation say the situation has gotten worse the last year. A DNR statement says the parcel 7 miles north of Deer Park has been plagued by irresponsible shooters who've also sparked fires with exploding tannerite targets. DNR will close the pit Thursday, even earlier than previously planned.
They bumped it up a day because of the incident on Sunday where my husband almost got shot.
This woman says her husband heard the shot whiz overhead while on their roof. It then traveled next door.
And the next thing I knew was I heard this woolly, whistling sound above my head.
Seconds later, another shot hit a shipping container 5 feet away.
Which just brought me down to the ground because it was so scary and loud. If that thing hit me, there was nobody up here that would know because nobody's home. So yeah, it's pretty scary.
KREM 2 News spoke with some of the people using the pit Wednesday. No one wanted to speak on camera, but some questioned why DNR doesn't post someone here to prevent unsafe shooting.
We actually had filed a petition with DNR, and that was one of the things that we had recommended. We're pro Second Amendment. Everybody out here is.
But with an unsafe situation hitting too close to home, these locals are happy to see and hear the last of Boggs Pit. Shannon Mowdy.
Enough is enough. Somebody's going to end up getting killed.
KREM 2 News.
Well, if life has felt more expensive lately, you're definitely not imagining it. New data from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis says inflation went up more in the state of Idaho than anywhere else in the country. Take a look at this map here. It's showing the percent change between 2021 and 2022. You can see Idaho there in the dark blue category with an 11.8% increase in just 1 year. The biggest increases were in housing and utilities. Also in Idaho, they started a new treatment to kill off the quagga mussel, an invasive species here. Idaho Department of Fish and Game found the mussels in the Snake River in southern Idaho last month. The Idaho State Department of Agriculture is using a copper-based treatment now. It's approved by the EPA and shouldn't affect any drinking water sources, but it could kill a good amount of fish, aquatic plants, and algae.
At this point, we are expecting some significant fish loss. What that will truly look like is still yet to be determined.
Happening for the next 10 days, of course, to get rid of these quagga mussels. They threaten hydropower, irrigation, and recreation, and could even disrupt the river's food chain.